It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
Arsenal fans, this is not a penalty. Please, I do not want to hear any moaning. I do not want to hear any excuses, any bias. This is not a penalty. If you're supposed to be mad at someone, be mad at Bukayo Saka for diving, because he could have won the game. He could have just went around Manuel Neuer and tucked it in. He was past him. He decided to run straight into Manuel Neuer. This was not a penalty. It is a clear dive. I'm not sugarcoating this. I am not having any conversation. I'm not having it. I'm just not having it. Bukayo Saka was clear. He was past Manuel Neuer and he just decided to go down. I don't know why he decided to go down. He literally could have won the game for Arsenal. And then he starts fighting. He starts crying for a penalty. That was not a penalty. We are forced to look at the still images because I can't play the video, of course. So Manuel Neuer sticks his foot out. He makes an attempt to get a ball, but clearly realizes that he won't get it and actually pulls it back. That's the first step. He actually pulls back this leg. After he's made this attempt, he pulls it back. Bukayo Saka takes a touch with his left foot to get away completely from the keeper here. Now, this is the angle that tells it all for me. As you can see, the ball is clearly away from Manuel Neuer. Saka has taken a very good touch. All he has to do is just go around Manuel Neuer and tuck it in and pass it into the net. The boy decides to run into Manuel Neuer. That's what he did. He stuck his leg out, his right foot out. It's high and he's kicking into Manuel Neuer. Can't you see that he's kicking into Manuel Neuer? And you can see that clearly Neuer has now his foot tucked back. This is where he's completely removed his foot. I mean, come on, you're not gonna get a penalty for that because that is clearly not a penalty. It is just not a penalty. Getting a penalty for that would actually be a robbery for Bayern Munich because Neuer stuck his foot out, pulled it back just in time for Saka to get his touch. He got his touch and the ball is literally going the other way and he's running straight into Manuel Neuer. He jumps into Manuel Neuer when clearly the ball has gone in a completely different direction and he's supposed to turn as well, and he doesn't and continues running into Manuel Neuer. It's a coming together. It's actually simulation. And yeah, for me, not a penalty. It's simulation and it's the correct decision that was reached by the referee and VAR. Arsenal could not beat Bayern Munich when Bayern Munich have been off form. Arsenal rescued a draw, yes, but I believe they have a mountain to climb. I think they'll do it the hard way if they need to qualify for the semi-finals. If they want to make it through to the last four, then they have to beat Bayern Munich at the Allianz, and that hasn't been done in a long while. That's where they have nightmares. It's a traumatic stadium for them to go. Gnabry against his former team. Gnabry in London just seems to score. Whether it's Chelsea, whether Spurs, he's getting hat-tricks, he's getting match balls, and now he's just came back to haunt Arsenal. Harry Kane back in London as well to punish Arsenal with a penalty though. Saliba, I think that was a horrible decision from him. Absolutely lost his mind, lost his composure, panicked, caused the penalty. But what an amazing night in Champions League. This is a historical night. 10 goals in 2 games, 2 draws. It's like you couldn't call it. Each team tonight scored at least 2 goals and didn't win the game. Imagine scoring 2 away goals, at least 3 for Man City in a UEFA Champions League quarterfinal and not winning the game. That is crazy. Whoever put these 2 games, these 2 fire games on the same night actually does need to get stoned. Please, they need mob justice. Give them to us, UEFA. I don't know what's going on in their head. Why did they do that? Why? I mean, we were all forced to turn into Prime Xavi doing the scanning just to keep up with whatever was going on in the 2 games, and there were goals flying in from everywhere, especially in the first half. This is quite the box office stuff from UEFA tonight. This season's football will go down as an all-timer because football has been amazing this season. Amazing quality of games. In the Man City and Real Madrid game, it was just screamer after screamer after screamer. What were those goals that we were seeing? It was kicked off by Phil Foden in the second half to give Man City the 2-2 draw to equalize after he hit one from the right side of the field into the top left-hand corner of the keeper's goal. Top bins. Then it was Guardiola to give Man City the lead, who hit one from the opposite side, the left-hand side, straight into the right-hand side of the keeper's goal. And he did that with his weaker right foot. And then it was just technical on the volley. Brilliant finish by Valverde. On the volley. Straight from Vinicius Jr.'s cross. He just met that and hit it superbly. Beautifully controlled strike. Probably the best technical goal out of these three. Amazing. Do you know how difficult it is to control a ball that's coming and you meeting it on the volley? It could have gone anywhere. Could have went both high and wide. What a strike by Valverde. And I know we love Foden, and I know Foden and Saka have both turned up on Champions League nights. It's good for the conversation, but I think the strike of the night has to probably go to Valverde or Guardiola. If I'm being honest, with his weaker foot, he did that. Crazy goals that we've saw. What an amazing game. Don Carlo Ancelotti and Pep Guardiola gave us another brilliant game of football to enjoy. Real Madrid do what they do. These two never seem to disappoint us. I mean, this is the third year in a row that they've been giving us classics after classics after classics. So many goals in each game. Wow, this is absolutely amazing. And, you know, the tactics, I think Carlo Ancelotti got it technically right. He caused Man City problems. He didn't make them comfortable, and he accepted them. He allowed them to have the ball. But Man City also got it right because they were technically dominating the game. Once they had Vinicius Jr. and Real Madrid counterattacks under control, then they would have been fine, but they didn't. And that's why it made it an amazing game. I just think Real Madrid are in trouble now. You have to fancy City now at the Etihad Stadium in the second leg at home. I just think that we know what happened last time. Man City did get a 1-1 draw in the semi-final against Real Madrid and then went and thrashed them 4-0 at the Etihad. So again, I think that might be something similar. Rudiger had Erling Haaland under control for the second year in a row at the Bernabeu. Tell me something that I don't know. The sky is blue. Once again, Erling Haaland goes missing in a big game. In the first ever closed football stadium, this brilliant Santiago Bernabeu was used for the first time in a closed manner. Real Madrid failed to take advantage of the atmosphere and did not beat Man City. And I now think that they are honestly in trouble for what's to come at the Etihad. With that being said, I think both matches are neatly poised. They are well set up for the second leg, and I just think the advantage is with both the home teams. Let's see what happens tomorrow. It's Atletico versus Dortmund. It's PSG versus Barcelona. It's Mbappe versus Barcelona. So it's not over yet. It's not over yet in the Champions League. I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.